What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening with Tesla's Chinese sales that came out, some important unemployment numbers, not to mention what's going on with the market moving forward. Let me just mention two things. I'm firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire community as a whole. Anyways, looking at the markets, I just want to say that there's a lot of situations going on in the Middle East right now. Things are very, very tense. Even the U.S. is getting involved. And I just want to say that I just wish for peace. No one wants to see violence like this, but the situations remain just as intense as before. Now, the history of these situations goes back for, hundreds, if not thousands of years. And my job is not to really give you guys a history lesson. There are different people on different sides, and I completely respect that. I respect your opinion, but I don't want to go over the specific details. I just want to say that it's a very, very tense situation right now. At the end of the day, innocent lives pay the biggest price, and this is part of why the market is dropping. So please do your own research if you're interested in learning more about what's going on, and just know that this is having a big effect on the markets, especially as the U.S. is getting involved, not to mention other countries. Now, for other things that are coming out, we also had unemployment numbers. Non-farm payrolls are only 114,000. This is below expectations. So we're seeing payrolls not as strong as what we were expecting, and unemployment's at 4.3%. This is above the forecasted consensus of 4.1%. So unemployment is going up. We're also starting to see some weakness in the labor markets, and this is once again at least getting a more negative reaction from the markets thus far. As far as Tesla goes, the Chinese made EV sales are up 15.3%. It's about 74,117 units. We also saw a nice increase in the Model 3 and Model Ys in China, so a pretty decent piece of news. And we're starting to see some nice growth. As you can see, the Giga Shanghai wholesale numbers are out. You guys can see that exports have increased, and so have imports just a little bit for July. So a little increase compared to June. Not bad whatsoever. And we have more data right over here about that, about how we got a little bit of an increase. They also sold about 500,740 Chinese made EVs in January to July, which is not bad. That's a 7.41% year over year decrease. So it's still a decrease year over year, but an increase month over month. Just wanted to call that out. For earnings, we had ExxonMobil, and don't forget about Apple and Amazon from yesterday. ExxonMobil has beat on earnings, setting a new record, beating on EPS, beating on revenue with net income increasing, so not bad whatsoever. But don't forget, I went over Apple yesterday. It's actually down right now, unfortunately, especially with all the news and noise that's coming out around the world. They had pretty good earnings. They beat on EPS and revenue and all their other metrics, but it wasn't really enough to really wow investors. And then Amazon is still sliding right now. It's down like 9%. They missed on revenue, and then their advertising revenue was below expectations, and guidance was not very strong. That's why Amazon has been down quite a bit, and that's dragging the market down. So Tesla had some decent Chinese sales. They're weak year over year, but pretty strong month over month. And it's not really enough to help Tesla. So it's still looking very bearish. It's just barely holding the support. We're actually losing our 200 EMA, which is not a good sign. So Tesla needs to reclaim at least 215 to turn back up. If we do reclaim that, look for 219. If we fail to do so, we're barely holding support around this 210 area. There's 209 below that, then 205, and then 200 that are all coming next. So unfortunately, we look pretty weak, and there is a good chance Tesla will dip even more. So we're going to be watching to see if we could hold above 209. If not, I think we could get very, very close to the low 200s. So watch and see. Reclaim 215, we turn back up. If not, we continue to fall. And so far, we're below our 200 EMA. We look more bearish, and we're favoring a move to the, basically around the 210 area. And if that fails us, we're going all the way down to the low 200s. That looks more favorable. It looks more likely, in my personal opinion. SPY is attempting to hold 535. That's going to be our key support. If that does not hold, we're coming all the way down to about 533 and then 531 and then into the 520s we go if that all fails us. We look more bearish. To turn back up, we got to reclaim at least 540. We're not there yet. We're losing our lows and we're continuing to look bearish. So we'll see if 535 holds, but we're looking more bearish on SPY. On ES, we're also dipping quite a bit. Continuing to fall right here. As you guys can see, there's a big downtrend, losing structure, and this is favoring a move all the way down towards. So we have the support at 53.80. By the way, if that fails, this would coming all the way down easily to 53.40. Then lower levels like the 53, basically the 52.80. So we look more bearish on ES. There's going to be a risk of more downside, in my personal opinion. For SPX, we're just kind of in the middle. There's a bit of a downtrend though. If we end up losing structure at the 5400s, we still could easily fill this gap towards 5374, and eventually have another gap down here. We also have our 200 EMA down here at 5300, so there's a risk of more downside in my opinion. For Nvda, we got this big rejection. We're continuing to fall. We're going to watch and see if 100 holds us. We have 104 as a key level and 108 as resistance. Then if that does not get bought back up, we'll see if 100 holds. If 100 breaks, we'll continue to fall into the 90s. So just be careful with Nvidia. For Bitcoin, we're just kind of consolidating right now. If we lose 64,000, we'll be dipping all the way down towards the 62,000 area. We also have resistance at 65,000. We're favoring downside, so just be very mindful of that. For the QQQ, we're barely at 450. We'll have to see if that holds. If it does not hold, we're going to be coming all the way down here, all the way down to about 444, if not below that to 440. So watch and see if we could hold above 450 and reclaim it. If we break past 452, we could bounce to about 456, but it's looking weak right now. So it's favoring a move all the way down to 444, if not lower. So just be careful. Even Aapl is down now. Aapl has, excuse me, support at 212. We'll see if that holds. If we do hold this, we could rebound to 216. If not, watch 212. I think we're gonna be testing this. If that breaks, we could be falling all the way down to 207. So just be very, very careful. For a few more, the IWM Russell 2000 is dipping. We lost support at 216. We have a potential target of about 203 if we don't reclaim 210. So watch 210 or 200 EMA. If we reclaim this, we could bounce back up to about 212. If not, we're going to see a big rug pull down to 203. For Amazon, we're looking bearish. We lost 170. It's still down at 9%. This is dragging the market down. If it doesn't reclaim 170, I think we could be dipping down to 162. Meta is now down 2%. We hit my target of 488, and now we're at 483. If that breaks, we're coming all the way down to about the 470 area. We look more bearish to me. Microsoft is at 409, looking bearish, could be dipping down to 405 and 400. Google's also at 168, could be dipping to 165. The market is flat out bearish. We're barely at holding this support at Tesla where the previous low was at this 210 area. But we're looking bearish. We got to reclaim 215 to turn back up. If not, Tesla will continue to fall and the market remains bearish as is. All right, so that's what my analysis is showing us. The market is still very weak, guys. So please be careful and be mindful of that. The unemployment numbers are not what the market was expecting. They're looking higher than expected, which is showing weakness in the labor market, which once again is oftentimes associated with economic slowdowns, if not recessions. So you want to be very careful. Please be mindful of all of this, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you for listening and peace out.